This is 91.1 The Avenue. I'm Amanda Sharon, joined now by Beth Bombara. Beth, thanks so much for joining me today.
Yeah, thanks for having me, Amanda.
Absolutely. And you've been on The Avenue before for an interview. Last time you were at Mile, and you're here again for Mile of Music. We're so excited to have you back.
Thank you. I love it every time.
Yeah, yeah. Well, and more exciting news too is that you have a new album coming out, new music called It All Goes Up, and it comes out August 4th, correct?
Yeah, so these songs have sort of been floating in my head for a long time, and it took a while to get them out, on paper. And I made some demos, started teaching them to the band. We played a couple of them. We started playing out live, and so it's interesting to me how a song sort of gets from in my head to the studio, and then on a CD or a vinyl record. So every song was sort of different, but in the end, I took the band in the studio and we were able to track most of the songs live, the rhythm section live. So we set up the drums, the bass guitar, and then my rhythm guitar and tracked all of that stuff live, which feels great to be able to do. And then like for some songs, for example, the song Carry the Weight has a string section on that. So we were able to add strings later after we got the basic rhythm tracks down. So we recorded in a studio in St. Louis, where I'm from, called Midtown Sound. And then we're able to add those extra overdubs like the strings and, extra percussion, shaker and tambourine, just sort of from my home studio, which was a great way to work. I'm completely thrilled with how everything turned out. There's a lot of different vibes on the record, but I think that that's a good thing.
And you actually have a new music video out as well.
I do. Yeah. It's for the song Moment. It's basically just footage of me traveling around the Southwest. So, Saguaro National Forest. Yeah. Tucson, Arizona, New Mexico. Yeah, so it's a fun video, I think. Yeah, check it out.
Yeah, when I was watching it, it reminded me of driving in Arizona, and I was like, "This is really cool," because it kind of has that. The song has that vibe, and it just has that really like sort of free feeling that you get when you're traveling in the Southwest. So it was very cool.
Yeah, cool.
Mm-hmm.
I'm glad you got that from it.
Yeah, yeah. So what else have you been up to besides getting ready for the release of the new album?
Yeah, I mean that's taken up a lot of my time planning videos and stuff. We have another video that we're going to put out. Other than that, just trying to take time where I can to for myself. I like to be outside. I like gardening a lot, so I've got a vegetable garden that I've been sort of tending to and coaxing and just working with it.
So, tell me about your songwriting process. How do those elements of like taking time for yourself and in the outdoors sort of weave their way into your songs and how you write them?
I mean, I am very inspired by the outdoors, and I think that's sort of obvious when you listen to some of my songs. But also just being in motion. So, like being in the car can trigger ideas. If I'm out for a walk or riding a bike, like all of those. I don't know what it does. I think it does something scientifically with your brain, but that is like a source of inspiration for me, and I get a lot of ideas that way. And I think it helps me tap into my emotions more. I can sort of like feel that, and then like a phrase might pop into my head. So that being said, I have like backlog of hundreds of voice memos on my phone of song start, like ideas. And it's sometimes hard for me to finish something. I'm an ideas person. I have a lot of ideas. But to distill one idea into a finished song sometimes is harder. So it doesn't happen one way, the same way every time.
So what can folks expect for your shows at Mile of Music this year?
Yeah, so I'm going to play probably most of the songs on the new record, which I realize people like to hear songs that they know already. So we will have time to play songs from the previous record, Evergreen. We'll definitely play I Only Cry When I'm Alone, which I know that your station has spun a few times. And yeah, so we'll play a mix of new songs and old songs, and we'll be a four-piece band. So I'm looking forward to it.
So what's on the horizon for you guys? What do you have planned for you and the band? And tell me about the band if you could.
Yeah, so the band, and this is who recorded in the studio with me too. So the band is Mike Shirk on drums, Sam Golden on electric lead guitar, and also all of the strings. He's a very talented multi-instrumentalist, and I feel lucky to be working with somebody like that. And then on bass guitar, my husband Kit plays bass guitar. And that's sort of the crew that we recorded the record. We do have a drummer who travels with us when we go out of town. So his name is Jeremy Reedy. So everybody will be seeing him, Jeremy, and at Milo Music.
Awesome. Well, Beth, thanks so much for joining me today here on 91.1 The Avenue. It was great to talk to you.
Yeah, thanks for having me. I can't wait.
The Avenue's Mile of Music coverage made possible by Nicolet Bank and from U.S. Venture with additional support from Dodd Home Safety. Dodd Home Safety performs home safety assessments, provides and installs the recommended equipment, and trains everyone on how to keep loved ones safe and independent in their own homes. More information at doddhomesafety.com. All supporting partners of The Avenue.